Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Now, I wouldn't say this of most of the debates that I attend in the House, but I think this one has been genuinely very revealing. And revealing primarily for what the Minister said both at the end of her remarks and what she said in her opening. And as the member for North Antrim quite powerfully brought out, and he speaks with great professional experience on this issue, these are proposals that will not work. It is exactly what she's been told by her own colleagues. The member for Kingston Hull East described them as ludicrous proposals that won't work. It's what she's been told by her own profession, her own colleagues in the legal profession, who point to the fact that these proposals won't work. And indeed, that also speaks to a conundrum of past debates we've had on this, as to why there is such a reluctance on the part of the government to bring forward the impact assessment. If they've already made this decision, if they've already taken the view that these changes will work, then surely they'd want to present the evidence to prove that. And indeed, as was pointed out earlier in the debate, if they won't publish the full impact assessment, surely they'd publish the threshold, the minimum tipping point on which this policy will be determined worthwhile, not least given how fundamental a change that is being proposed. But indeed, as the Minister set out at the end of her remarks, irrespective of whether there was a crisis in the courts, this is a change she will be making nonetheless.
Yes.
And there we have it. There we have the crux, the nail on the head that the member for North Antrim hit, which is this is an ideological change. Now that in turn opens up a second paradox, which is if it's ideological, why wasn't it in the manifesto? Indeed, if it's ideological, why was it contrary to what the Justice Secretary said so many times in opposition? When did he have this change of belief to this new ideological position? And that in turn speaks, and given the time limit, it turns also to a further contradiction, because the Prime Minister so often has spoken about the need for more trust in politics. And yet we have a policy here with no transparency, no evidence it will work, a fundamental change after 800 years of legal precedents that wasn't in the manifesto, that's contrary to the remarks that they made. And I close, as the member for Bridgewater pointed out, and he gave a list, as the member for New Forest West quite rightly identified, because at the start of remarks, the Minister also spoke about choices. This will be a choice for Labour backbenchers, and it's a choice they're at risk of making only for then the Prime Minister to belatedly change his mind.